Hey,
Hello.
okay, so my speaker is not. Okay, so I can hear now. I was late. I'm very sorry.
It's fine.
I don't
Like
know how am I late to a thing that is in my house? Like,
it happens.
what is going on? Well, I was at a different house. I was with my parents. And for some reason, I thought, oh, I'm definitely going to be able to go to a supermarket first. Like, I have nothing in my fridge. So that's definitely happening. And then I was like, okay, so there's like 8 minutes left. Maybe I should hurry.
Maybe.
Hi, Diane.
I am.
Are you okay?
I am half asleep,
Okay.
but here we are because um Thursday I got carried away watching Beyond Evil,
Okay.
and then I forgot to watch my movie for the 31
Okay.
Days of Horror. So yesterday I had to watch two episodes of Killing Eve, two movies,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
um, for some reason the entirety of Friday I couldn't fucking wake up. I
Uh-huh.
actually got out of bed at like 6 p.m.
AM.
Oh,
No,
yeah, we wish
I
almost.
wish.
So, I I am still like half asleep because my brain has the audacity to still be tired. The audacity.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
my computer
wow.
is still weird. My computer is still being kind of weird. Like it gets stuck at weird times, but I managed to find like little ways to make it not get stuck a little. But it's old. It's old. It wants to retire already.
Woke up too late and also exhausted. Wonderful. I woke up at 11:40 today
Ugh,
because I'm a responsible human being, even though
not
I'm
I.
late. Even though I'm late. Also, just so you understand how lazy I've gotten with those streams, um, I didn't even make an announcement on Twitter, so I now have to make it from scratch.
It's
So,
fine. It happens.
I
It,
mean,
I guess just like this entire weekend is just like no, no, an entire big no.
I just want a vacation at this point. Some bank holidays are coming up in November, and I cannot wait. Also, I have a scheduled vacation, but will they give it to me? A big question mark.
No.
Um, Basically, there's been an announcement of a lockdown, like a soft lockdown here,
Hmm.
and we had to get some vacations out of it, like a full week of not working, because the mayor said so. But everyone is gonna work. Everyone is gonna work. Like, it's not happening. It's only happening for people that are working like retail or, you know, not
Yeah.
people that are working from home. So every single time people hype me up for them, and I'm like, our company is just going to send me an email where they're going to say, oh, we're a team, let's work.
Oh God.
Stuff like that. As if I can be rested, or as if I can get some rest by being a team with somebody.
I hate
Please.
that when they like try to make it kind of like guilt trip you into working more than you
Yeah,
should. That is
yeah.
ridiculous. Like no. Um, I was going to say something. I swear to God, I left my brain in my bed this day. Um, well, I haven't finished Beyond Evil, but I highly recommend that. It's a very good thriller TV show. It's just like
Mm-hmm,
16 episodes.
mm-hmm,
It's about a serial killer that came back. Uh, like it was active for like 20 years or something, and then
mm-hmm,
there's a new murder, and it's on like a small district in Korea, pretty close to Seoul, I think.
mm-hmm.
And It's
I'm listening.
it's kind of like trying to figure out who did what because everybody's shady.
Okay.
But everybody's shady, but you're still kind of rooting for like at least half of
Mm-hmm.
them. So even if they're guilty, you're like, okay, but
Okay.
it's really great. The dynamic between the two main characters is just
Mm-hmm.
spectacular. It's um an older police officer, and he's very shady. Like he's kind of crazy, kind of nuts.
Okay.
And then there's the young police officer. He is also starting to get to the slightly unhinged side of things, and that
Mm-hmm.
is just delightful.
Are we
Um,
shipping or not?
yeah. Oh
We're
yeah.
shipping. Okay.
The there is I can't even explain it. You have to like see it. I
Can
think
I do a little ASMR moment?
ooh,
I'm just
the
really hungry.
crunch, the sound. Uh, Crunchy.
Yikes.
Well, they're not good.
Are they healthy or something? What's going on?
Mm, I don't know why healthy things have a taste to them.
Yeah.
It's just
I
a
mean,
taste. You
the
know they're
calories
healthy.
the calories in that are not healthy. They're actually worse than
It
you
happens.
usually get in a snack. But it also tastes worse. So I'm
Well,
like,
that sucks.
yeah,
One can ignore the calories and like carbs and everything else if it's tasty. If not, just what is the point in life?
I mean,
Um,
what's the point of making it healthy if the carbs and the calories are worse?
I don't know.
Disgusting.
Here they made a strategy where the government pumped up the prices for everything that it's not healthy. So sodas, chips, cigarettes, alcohol, and well, alcohol not so much, but cigarettes, especially cigarettes. Jesus. Um, and like cookies and like sweet
Not
pastries.
cookies.
Yeah, everything. It's more expensive. And is that going to stop anybody? No. There's even I can't remember where it was or if it's like nationwide or no, it's not nationwide. I think it was just in a particular state that they children are not allowed to buy junk food. Like the you can't send this here's like very usual that even little kids like go to the corner store and just like buy whatever they want to eat. They are not allowed to purchase junk food by themselves. They made it kind of illegal or something like that. So
That's too
people
much.
are like, my kids trafficking chips at school, or like instead of like tiny junk food dealers and everything. It was very ridiculous. They make and they also forcibly removed the mascots from the cereal.
Mm.
You know,
So
like animals
so they
that they
won't be as appealing. I get it.
like the children are going to forget the taste and the amount of sugar it's in that shit, that oh my god, it doesn't have an elephant on the box, I'm not gonna eat it.
I mean, I think it's stupid because the parent has to like take responsibility for the child's nutrition.
Here parents don't take the responsibility for their children in general, so
Oh
much
well.
less their food.
I mean, it's good that they're alive then.
Like half of my um like really baby cousins and every like the children of my cousins are like they grew up on chips and iPads, so they're fine, I guess. They're still here. Unlike my cousins that they nearly killed themselves a few times when they were kids. Same.
Totally eat some cereals because I saw an ad of the mascot singing. Okay, we were not allowed cereals much when we were younger. Like cereals were not the thing. Cereals are very American, you know. They were not very popular here when I was a child. Now maybe, um, not back in the day. We don't even have like we didn't even have like national like our cereals for a very very long time. So cereals were kind of a thing that I tried when I was a teenager, like later. I grew up mostly eating dumplings for breakfast. I grew up eating porridge for breakfast because my mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she cooked. And I hate most of the porridge, most of the kinds. I only eat rice porridge. And sometimes, very rarely, what's it called in English? Um, it's not a common green outside of Slavic countries. Um, Buckwheat. Russians are very into buckwheat, so we had buckwheat porridge.
If you see me like run at one point or another, it's that my baby's kind of sick. So she's been puking a little today.
Yes,
So if I
sorry.
run, it's because she puked on the floor. And right now she's okay. It was a false alarm, so we're cool.
I can't stop to like I can't seem to stop eating. It's
But
actually
they're
because
terrible.
they're disgusting.
It happens.
Absolutely rank. Mm, they kind of taste like they have some corn in it, like they're corn chips, like Cheetos, but they're not puffed enough, or like they're stale or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think they're probably not healthier option. They're just stale.
Because
So,
there, I think there's a stage of three. It's like the the normal ones, then there are the healthy ones, and then
mhm,
there's the really cheap ones that are
mhm.
just bad.
They
So
were not
maybe,
cheap. They were also not fucking cheap.
oh, that is just sad. That is
That's
just
just
sad.
I just went to the supermarket, the green supermarket, like the healthy supermarket. They brand themselves as a healthy supermarket, but like they sell all kinds of things. And I went there because it's the closest to my house. So I was like, I gotta buy some food. I was like, I bought some ready-made meals, a couple of them for today and tomorrow. And I was like, I gotta grab some snacks too because obviously I need some snacks. And I don't know why. I was like, snacks with tomatoes. Great. Let's do this. I love tomatoes. And it's not good. Also, I keep hearing people saying that they don't like tomatoes, and I just don't get it. Like,
Me neither. I
cannot
love it.
comprehend it. Like, not liking tomatoes. They're sweet, they're juicy, they're everything. Like, what is going on?
There is something that we eat here that, like, everybody has their version of it apparently, but it's I don't even know if I can call it like a salad. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's tomato, celery, onion,
Mm-hmm.
a fuck ton of lime, and
Mm-hmm.
salt. And it's
Mm.
delicious with like chips.
Sounds nice. Mm-hmm.
It's the best thing. Like the normal one, it's with like it has um jalapeno in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to be like spicy and all. There's even a version of it with habanero.
Mm.
And but
I'm
I
saying,
really
I'm
like
saying,
that.
as if I eat spicy food.
I I am.
LOL.
Do you have any idea how many times I've been called out by my sister because I don't eat that much like spicy stuff? She says that I am shame as a Mexican, and
Mm.
I agree on that one. Like, nah,
I
I never
mean,
liked the taste of jalapenos.
I feel like if it's not going in nicely, maybe you shouldn't eat it and force yourself because you'll develop an ulcer by
Yeah.
floating.
Yeah. Um, I was going to say, oh, the more controversial one, I think it would be wondering like the whole discourse on avocado. Like, do they like it? Do they not like it?
People that don't like it, by its like on its own, it's not popping. Like it's not
No,
good.
it's not. It's supposed to be with like mixed with something. It's like the same one that I just said. Like that's like the tomatoes, onion, and
Mm-hmm.
celery,
Mm-hmm.
cilantro. My God. Um, that's
Cilantro. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, they sound the same. It's ridiculous. Um, you can mix that with like avocado, and then you have guacamole.
Mm-hmm.
Magic, and it's the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think in Brazil, that's a type of avocado that they make it like a smoothie, and it's really sweet.
Mm.
So like you can eat it sour, sweet, spicy. It's great.
I read a recipe of chocolate avocado, like not sauce, but like mousse,
Yeah,
and I
it's
was kind of interested
it
to
was
try that.
it's an option for vegan people because it makes things like very creamy and like I swear to God, I am the first person to go like when they're like talking about like gluten free food and like organic and healthy
Mm-hmm.
and vegan and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's not really that.
Well,
It's just that I have to put up with my sister about it, and
mhm,
that. But I actually did love chocolate and like avocado mousse cake that they
mhm,
brought. That shit was delicious. It had no right to be that good, and it's like very light. That's very good.
mm, mm. I'm sorry for eating during the stream. I'm just
Free
hungry because
ASMR.
I woke up today, had a tea with like a sandwich, which was like tiny. It was just a piece of bread and a piece of like meat, and then I had one croissant. I went to the vet today to trim my cat's nails. Oh, the lady at the vet lady that I like came back.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not single anymore, but okay.
oh, yeah. But also, speaking of another selling point for Beyond Evil, the ladies.
Our heart?
Yes,
Action
there's
Martin
a
heart?
detective lady, and there's a girl that has like no, not a girl, like just some like mid
The young
twenties,
woman.
early 30s maybe.
I
She's
still say girls, which is not true,
yeah.
but
She has a butcher shop, and
right.
she's great. It's her story's a little bit sad, but she's beautiful. So another selling point for Beyond Evil. It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
good.
So
Oh my
after
God, my
coming
baby's snoring.
after the vet, we decided, me and my mom, to bring my cat to my apartment. I like to acquaint my cat with my apartment because he's never been. And it was a mess, a big mess. Basically, he didn't want to get out of the carrier at all, like at all. We had to like physically take him out. He was scratching. He didn't want to go. Then he immediately ran under the sofa and started meowing as if someone like is murdering him. And then we had some tea and he calmed down a little bit, started like looking around, but then immediately like running back under the sofa. And I caught him and I put him on like, I have this bench that
Yeah.
is overlooking the window. I put him on the bench and he got distracted with all the cars because it's looking at the road. So he sat there for a little bit. But then immediately when we moved, he's like, no, I'm going back under the couch. And so it was eventful. And he definitely said no to moving from my parents' house. He doesn't want to.
He doesn't agree.
Yeah, no.
Uh, I was going to say something,
About.
but uh, I already promised I would never mention any ghost stuff,
No,
so
stop
I
it.
won't. Oh,
No, no,
there
no.
are there are a lot of like stray cats near my house. There's an abandoned house that is full of cats.
You told me about that.
Oh, there is there's this
I even told you to adopt one, but you said no.
I can't, house full of dogs. Um, they're they're so fearless. These little shits. I was like, I took my dogs outside to the backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, what are they sniffing at? My dogs were like looking all over the.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my god, please tell me there's not a cat here. I look up, and there is one just chilling on the shadow of the tree, like over a little roof that there's like in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just and the cat is just like this, looking at the dogs passing by. It's like no fear, doesn't care, doesn't mind. And my dogs are sweet, sweet babies. They didn't find it. They're not very smart. Head empty, no thoughts. I love them.
The way, the way you insult your dogs. Anyway,
I love
I
them.
need to get away from these chips because it's not a good look. And I'm also going to pour myself some tea. Let's start on the Killing Eve though, because I feel like people are like waiting for us to start and we're stalling.
As always.
You can
So
start us off.
okay, so eh, oh yeah, episode 5. It starts with Villanelle chasing after, what's his name, Frank, like Terminator. I love that. She's just like running straight forward, and Eve manages to put like Frank over the fucking railing thing, and they're trying to run away on the car, like trying to get away. And Eve, I don't know how to describe it, but she's so dramatic. Like she feels like she's on the plot of a story. She is, of course, but it's just that there's some degree of self importance in this whole thing, that she is as obsessed with Villanelle as if Villanelle is with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knows, like I'm the only one that can catch her. I can talk to her. She won't kill me. That kind of stuff. So it's a surprising amount of like dumb trust to a killer, but I cannot say anything because if a killer is that hot, my brain might stop working. So I cannot judge anybody here at all.
I mean, this is the horniest episode of season 1. It's the horniest.
Yes. It's great.
I
Um,
basically I'm actually at the end of season 2 right now. Or no, I watched season 3 episode 1. Basically what happens when when you're not watching alone, when you're watching with somebody, you cannot tell them, okay, so we stop here. So no, it's season 3, and we were watching the scene where um, Villanelle pulled the knife on Eve near the refrigerator, where she like
yep.
you know you know, I don't have to explain. Anyway, we watched that scene, and I could hear how we audibly like took the breath in, like we took a breath in, like you know. And we both
Yeah.
watched the show before that. Like the tension in that scene is a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot.
It's
It's the cut with a knife, as they say.
it's just they actually like have such good chemistry.
Yeah.
It's how can I say it? It there are like on some shows or some like movies when there's like a same
Hmm.
sex couple and they're like they are a couple, but you're like, okay, they're a couple because the script says so, and
Hmm.
and that's as far as it goes. Like there's not that much chemistry, or you know that like the actors are holding back or something. And in this one, that scene is so horny. They really
They
understand
don't. They don't even kiss. They don't even kiss, and it's like
exactly. But there's just like great.
maybe it's better that they don't kiss in that scene
Yeah,
because the tension is so high. Like it's definitely a masochistic thing to say that like it's better that they don't kiss,
yeah,
but it's so good. Honestly, it like it checks out every little thing that I like about enemies to lovers, you know?
yeah, exactly. And it's like sometimes there's stories that work better as a slow burn
Mm-hmm.
than like straightforward they fuck on the first
Mm-hmm.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
So um it's a well placed tension throughout, so it makes things a lot more interesting than if you just like get things straightforward. It's like you're gonna have to work for it.
Are you
And
fanning
yeah,
yourself?
what?
Why are you fanning yourself right now? Is it getting
So
thirsty up in here?
yeah.
Maybe. I was watching. I had to finish reading One Last Stop today, and I can't seem to finish. I mean, the book is a bit long, and instead I got stuck watching lesbian thirst traps on TikTok,
Yes, it happens.
and I mean, I also need a filter to see older people because I constantly like stumble upon 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, and I kind
I
of am
um
uncomfortable with that a little
with
bit.
yeah, my algorithm does like it brings me a lot of like mid 20s to early 40s.
Hmm.
There's this lady on TikTok that is she's what 40 something.
Mm, golden age.
And
Got
she
I got it. I know what you
she
mean. I
she makes
understand.
yes
Women.
she but on top of everything, like the amount of things that I discovered about myself watching
Oh,
TikTok, it's ridiculous.
same,
Because
same.
um oh my god,
I
there's
also
a
like.
point. There's a point where I think oversharing much, but there's this it's not like oversharing. It's just like
Okay.
uh a price king.
I'm going to delete the stream at some point, so don't
Thank
worry.
you. But it's fine. Somebody can call me out on it. I don't care.
Am I
Um
bold? Am I getting bold? What's going on here?
I keep
What's
cutting my
this?
hair.
What's this?
I keep cutting my hair because it's like very thin, so
Yeah, I'm
I do need
concerned.
to get like
I'm
something for my hair.
concerned. Let me. Okay, so you were
It's
saying.
better. It's better to ignore it. It's just like don't look. Um. So I do get like because of some like older women that I follow on TikTok, the
Mhm,
algorithm does throw me a like a more
mhm, mhm,
wide range of ages.
mhm.
And usually if I find somebody that I know that it's like 19, 18, 20, or even like younger, I kind of like use the not interested because I feel weird about it.
Oh, you can do the not interested, right?
Yeah, on the
On
for you page.
Oh, I
You
thought you can only do this if you go to their profile.
No, you can do on the for you page. If you're not following them or whatever, you can do like the not interested, but you do have to like make sure to like other videos of the same subject but like different age, so the algorithm kind of understands that it's not the trend, it's
Okay.
the age that you're
Okay.
not like connecting there. Because for a long time I got like a lot of older people on TikTok,
Mhm.
like people in their like 40s, 50s. Because my TikTok's mostly like people explaining history. science,
Okay. Okay.
people doing crafts like knitting, doing pottery, what else? Like woodwork. What
Ooh,
else?
hot
So
woodwork.
yes, and
Also,
just
pottery TikTok. Highly recommend that one. There's a woman that I feel like she knows what she's doing. I feel like she knows what she's putting out there. It's not safe for work content, I feel like I know what like excuse
yes,
me.
yes.
Like I feel like she knows what she's doing. I feel like she knows what she's putting out thirst traps and not like pottery inspiration TikTok stuff.
And there's the also the people that make bread. Who the
Mm.
fuck gave the right to these women of being hot while making bread? They're making
I
me
need to
hungry for
get
something else.
into I need to get into all that. I'm not in it now,
There's
but
there's one that like always it's just like kneading the dough. It just like always like smacks
slapping.
it. It was just like
Oh,
there's
ooh,
there's people making duets with that with like the
I
song that
like
like
that.
says with the song that says smack my ass like a drum. So
Okay,
uh, everybody's horny on TikTok. It's funny.
horn
It's great.
alert.
Back to Killing Eve.
Yeah,
Um, Eve gets out of the car, tries to face Villanelle. Villanelle, as always, is a little shit. She does a little test to see. I don't know what she was like hoping to achieve. It's just like maybe realizing if Eve really sort of cared about her or something. I don't know. That she puts the gun almost to shoot herself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
And it was like, no. And this little shit is just laughing. And then shoots at her feet and
I
runs
think
off.
I think she just at this point, Villanelle is very entertained and she likes the attention. We know that. So she's like, look. She wants to see if Eve is reacting in a way that she wants her to react. We know that Villanelle is not just obsessed with her attention, she's also obsessed like with women that are this type, like older, with really beautiful curly hair, brunettes, you know,
Yeah.
very like kind of school teacher vibes women.
Is um
But she also we know that she's obsessed with her not just because like she
yeah,
wants to find her, she's obsessed with her romantically, sexually, because we've seen her participating in role play.
yeah. They made it very clear, like straight on, what
Yeah,
the intentions
that
were.
it's a romantic sexual
Yeah,
bond.
I they're still like very controlled, very like vague on some things, but they went the exact opposite direction that Hannibal did.
Yeah,
Hannibal had to keep it like ambiguous the entire time,
yeah, yeah, no
and the
homo.
nature of it was ambiguous like until the end.
Mm-hmm.
And well, sort of. But in Killing You, it was like, no, first episode, she wants to bone her. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we're clear on that. We're all on the same page here.
They immediately were like, "This woman is horny for this woman."
Yes, and like
None of
sexually,
that. Don't
sexually,
make a
people.
mistake. Yeah,
They're trying to avoid the historical. They were friends,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
no,
yeah.
they were like, what is it, nemesis or some shit like that.
Well,
They're trying to avoid it.
I feel like no one is denying. Everyone, every single person that is watching the show, they're not denying that this is
No, uh,
romantic.
because again, like they established it so well. I did see at the time on Tumblr, there were people
Mhm.
that were trying to like defend the point that Villanelle is the one that is queer.
Into.
Yeah, that it's just Villanelle,
Mm-hmm.
that Eve is not interested. It's not like that. It's just like, come on, really?
Please, bisexual Eve is canon. It's literally canon in the first
Yes.
season. Like she's not saying it, but when her interest in Villanelle is known, to the public, as in to her colleagues and stuff, they start teasing her about it. And like that's the first sign. They're like, "Oh, so she has cat-like green eyes and
And
stuff,
soft
and etc.
features.
etc." Yeah, yeah,
And she never denies it. She's
yeah.
like, no, 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 no. She's like, she's more like, I'm not interested because she's a killer. That I'm not interested because she's a woman. So, and
Also,
she's wrong on both sides. But
there were a few scenes. I don't remember if it was the first season or not, but like at some point, people asked her about her attraction, like not who she's attracted to, but are like, would you bang this actress, kind of sort of thing,
yeah,
or character or something? And she says yes, and someone, I don't remember exactly what that scene was, but someone was like looking at her like suspiciously, and she was like, "What? She's hot," kind of way. So there was a scene like that.
I can't remember. Oh my god, my
There was
eyes
a
giving
scene
me.
like that. So it's like you know, it's not just like it's not she turned gay for Villanelle.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
that kind of thing.
And she was also like not freaked out about it. It's
Also, I feel like it's just bisexual erasure, just erasure. It's erasure.
yeah,
It's erasure. Because she starts out in a committed long-term relationship with a dude.
yeah.
People are
My god,
immediately,
horny girl.
she can be queer. And I'm like, why? Like why?
Exactly.
Why is that?
Also, there's always that like the biphobia, like the she must choose like um she's been married to a man for so many years.
Yeah,
Why
she
would
can't be
she
attracted
do
to a
that?
woman.
Or like she was just in denial or something. No, like you can be attracted to both. Come on.
I
Oh
mean,
my god, a
yeah,
fucking eyelash got in my eye.
yeah. We don't know what would have happened. Like I wish maybe for sometimes I'm like, no, let's not play into the stupid games for stupid people that cannot watch something or consume something without some critical analysis, or like with critical eyes, that are just picking up what's on the surface. But at the same time, I'm like, no, maybe we should like really go nitty gritty with that. Why not like show at some point during the series overall, not just the first season, um, Eve separates from her husband. Why
Yeah.
don't we show her dating or like going on dates with different people, including
They
women?
it's just that they have such a subtle way to tell you like, oh no, we're cool with this. We're cool with this. Like with Bill. Uh
Yeah,
and again with like
I'm
this
still laughing about the fact that I thought he had a husband.
yeah, that was still I still don't know what version you saw, but I like that
This is
version.
I actually committed bisexual erasure.
um
I actually need to be prosecuted for that. People need to shame me for it. I'm bad.
jail time.
Jail time. I'm a bad person.
And then how I also like that this show is not shy to give older people a sex life. That is
Yeah,
great. Like
yeah.
with Bill, with Carolyn, like people, even if they're old, they have sex lives.
Carolyn,
Chill about it.
horn dog.
My
Literally
god,
horn
man.
dog.
And I just love it because she seems so like serious and
Yeah,
like
yeah. Strict
out, strict
and
and
not
outside.
about this business at all.
And you know that
And
she and
no,
her
it's not
friends
true.
got very wild. Like, do
Yeah.
spies or like government people have so much free time that they
They
spend it on like kink stuff?
they do say that nerds are the wildest. And I actually do believe that because nerds
Yeah.
do watch this, like, do watch a lot of porn and hentai bullshit, and do
Oh
read a
Lord.
lot of erotica and stuff. Um, also, Carolyn probably pegs. Like, this is just a theory that I'm throwing out there.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Definitely. I just love her character. I love her character so much. And
Yeah.
I also love just how she's so weird, but so great at times. Like the sense of humor that they use with her, it's so like deadpan and like
Yeah,
dry, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
I love it.
Hmm.
It's just the best, and it makes for such weird, like kind of awkward, but not really interactions. It's just
Hmm.
delightful.
Hmm.
Um, and I think like who else? I think it was just like those characters, and well, like Constantine, I guess. But I actually don't remember ever seeing Constantine's wife.
Yeah, we never see her.
Like
We know that
they
we know
mention
that
her
yeah, that he has a wife. We saw
and
his daughter.
the kid that is a nightmare.
Yeah. I think we even see the wife's new husband at some point. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
yeah, because
think.
he
I think we see him
yeah he drops the girl off at the
at school.
at the school and she killed him. I'm so sorry, sir.
That's the spoiler, first of all. And not everyone watched every single episode of that show. We're
But
very sorry.
it's a minor spoiler. It's like not like a big plot point or anything.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
accidentally I
That
keep
murdering
I need to
someone is definitely not a spoiler in this
I
show.
need to yes, yeah. I need to stop assuming people have
Watched
seen stuff
everything.
because my sister got so mad at me. She's just watching like you on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I
Eh,
had to watch some of it
I
a
I
couple of
I
days
I
ago.
hate him. I hate the guy, so I'm not watching it. But she's like watching it in
They
the kitchen.
they added a pandemic storyline in the third season, and I was like, I'm out of it.
Um,
No.
so I had seen something on I can't remember if it was Twitter or if it was like Tumblr. It was a scene from like I think the end of season two or like season I can't remember. I think season two. And I was just like asking my sister, "Oh, and did she already kill that girl?" And my sister was like, "Who killed who killed who?" I was like, nobody." She got so mad at me because I spoiled like the ending of that season, I think.
Hmm.
But it's fine. It was on that episode, so I only spoiled her like 5 minutes ahead.
You also spoiled it for everyone in the chat.
I didn't say who killed who. I am
I
not
mean,
saying any names.
I'm so chill about spoilers generally. Like I don't care if people tell me something that happens because I want to see how it happens.
Exactly.
I'm also
Um,
a reader of romance, and we all know that romances end with a happy ending. We just want
yeah,
to see how
it happens.
they
Yeah.
get there. Yeah, we just want to
Um,
see the journey.
I have a weird relationship with spoilers because sometimes I do care and sometimes I don't. Like for instance, if you give me the spoiler of a thriller, it's ruined. It's completely
Yeah,
ruined.
yeah, I
Horror
agree.
horror movies, kind of. Because they like it's difficult to spoil like every single scare that there is in the
Uh,
movie. And but with everything else, I don't care. Like it's an action movie. I don't care about the spoiler.
the only other genre that I care about spoilers of is fucking reality TV shows,
Mm,
specifically competition reality TV shows. Like
yeah,
if someone spoils, and it often happens, Drag Race for me, I'm upset. Like because like I want to see. I don't want to. First of all, it's usually a queen that I like gets
yeah.
eliminated, and I'm like sad the whole time, and I can't enjoy the episode. So I'm like, I hate spoilers when it comes to that, and this fandom is riddled like with spoilers. Everyone is on
Mm,
Reddit. Everyone is knows who's going to be eliminated and how, and we're just starting the season. I'm always so upset about that. similarly with like dating reality TV shows. Actually, I'm watching. I need to tell this to everyone because everyone needs to see it. Basically, Bachelorette Australia, the new season, the seventh season, is a bisexual season,
Oh, that's new.
and it's kind of cute. Like I've seen. I'm not a big Bachelorette person.
I've never seen.
I watch some other dating TV shows. Well, you know how they work.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a and people come
Because
to
mostly
this
because I've seen
person.
so many parodies of it, but yeah, I see
Yeah.
it.
So basically, I've seen some like in the original American version, a couple of bachelors, and they're a bit fake. Like the American version, everyone is fake. Everyone has pumped lips, like cheekbones, extensions, nails, whatever. Like they all look fake. They all look like Instagram models, and I'm like, I'm not
Okay.
into that. And the Australian one is the first Australian that I'm watching because bisexuals, you know, because women actually.
Yeah.
It's a bachelorette. Um, and they seem like regular people. Like they're social workers. A lot of the people that came are like construct like constructor. Is it how they're called?
I
People
think
that build stuff. Like teachers, like
regular people.
general office employees, and I'm like more into that. They also all look like regular people, like they're all hot, let's be real, but they're regular people that you would meet like somewhere in a supermarket. So I'm more into that. And also like the girl that is the bachelorette is indigenous, which was also like cool. And they started with like a traditional indigenous song, which was she literally started crying, and I'm like also crying for some reason. Like it was very emotional. And then people started coming. Most of the guys are kind of like I'm not feeling that. Sorry, my dad is calling for some reason. I'm just going to take it for a second.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. I'll go back to episode. So to get back to the episode of Killing You, given that we're on another tangent. Um, where was it? Okay, so um, they save Frank from Villanelle, and they go over to the, I think it's like a restaurant, and the guy is so, I hate that he's so entitled and like righteous. Not really, just like he fucked up and he's crying all the time when he's in danger, yet he has the audacity to like act annoyed that everybody is annoyed with him. He's just so weirdly annoying.
Cool.
Frank.
Yeah.
It's just that
I felt zero remorse for Frank. Like I didn't
I
care.
I found it funny. Like that man's entire existence is a joke to me. I am sorry for that man.
I think they put him there for comedic relief. We were
Yeah.
not supposed to be sad about his death.
But I just, it's such because on paper you're supposed to feel bad for him. Like his wife died, he's just trying to like get money for his kids. He's not
Yeah, yeah.
doing something like extremely douchey or anything
Mm-hmm.
that you're like, haha, he deserves it. It's just he's so pathetic. He's so pathetic and annoying that it's just like, well, he's dead now. And he's so like he was always very bitchy when people get annoyed with him. Like, sir, of course they're annoyed with you. You're a dick. And they sent his dumb ass to a safe house. And I really like the safe house
The
guy.
safe house guy, I also really liked him. I was more sad
Yeah,
about him, to be honest.
he didn't die. He
Did
got
he?
stabbed. He got
Oh, okay.
stabbed, but he was alive when the help
Okay.
arrived. So I think he's
So
okay.
no need to feel sad.
Yeah, he just,
Can I continue with my bachelorette
okay. He just got lightly stabbed.
rant?
Continue.
I'm sorry, I just need to spread it. It's like I can't hold it in. Everyone needs to know about this.
Mhm.
So basically, the
Yeah.
girl, she was on a previous season, I guess, of Australian Bachelorette, Bachelor, sorry, and she was not chosen. She got into the finals, and so she came as a Bachelorette now, and basically, the guys and the girls are kind of coming out to greet her, like talk a little bit about who they are, what they like, etc. And they kind of have to give her a present or like something like to impress her. It's called the first impression. And basically, most of the guys I'm like, nah, like I'm not feeling this guys. There is one that I actually like, which is groundbreaking, honestly. He built her like a bench, which was cute. But the girls, literally almost every single girl, I'm like, this one is cute, this one is cute. I don't know how you're going to choose, but all these girls are like, you have good chemistry with them. And then, like, they literally hit me over the head. A girl that she had a really good connection with on her season, on her previous season, where she went for like a guy. And they had like, apparently, they had this romantic friendship, sort of, came to this season for her. And I'm like, cut the cameras, dead ass. This is
This is
the
it.
OTP. This is it. They're getting married. This is the finish line. Like
It would make a very good like ending.
this is friends to lovers excellence. And I don't even like friends to lovers. And I'm like, she was so nervous. She can't. She went with the letters that she wrote to to the Bachelorette, back when they were on the season, where she confessed how much she cares about her. She was so and I'm like, oh my god, why I am nervous? I'm nervous now. Like, what is going on? And like, you could see that the feelings like are genuine, really genuine. And I'm like, this is what I'm shipping now. Like, nothing compares. Like, I'm really obsessed with it now. I'm like, when is the second episode coming out? Like, you add queers to something and I'm like immediately interested.
Definitely.
Straight people do not own dating reality TV. Can we get more? Are You the One was my life when it was coming out, the bisexual, pansexual season, whatever. Um, Now this is going to be my life. So highly recommended to everyone. I'm feeling things, and it's not as cringe as the straight American specifically one is.
Yeah,
Like, they still,
it
it's
still
still
has
a
a very
bit
good
melodramatic, because it's a
reality.
bachelorette.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's reality TV. But those two, I have a good feeling about them. I was like laying on my couch and I was like, oh my god, this is happening. This is happening. Please, can they get together? Okay,
Yeah, that
sorry.
if not, still that is a very good plot for like a romance book. And
Yes.
like if it doesn't happen in real
Yes.
life, that's a whole entire trope you can use later.
I
That's
mean,
great.
I've read that reality TV romance, the Alison Cochrane one, what it's called, The Charm Offensive. It's MM. It's um it's set during a bachelor sort of show, and it's between producer and the bachelor. And it was good, but it was not what I was looking forward to. Like,
Mm.
I wanted something else. It was a bit too serious for me. I was like, give me the romantic comedy of my dreams. I didn't watch ahead, so yes, you spoiled Diane. Congratulations, Ingrid. I hope you're proud of yourself. No one feels bad for mollusks. Yeah. No one feels bad for a lot of stuff. I mean, we're going back to Frank, to the old boring Frank, and we're not talking about the Bachelorette, which is like eating my brain right now. I need to rewatch Are You the One? That cursed episode about all the bisexuals, where everyone was whoring around. Um, that was a highlight of my 2020 or 2019, I don't know. So Frank, Noah's sorry. No one's going to mourn him. I mean, I'm not going to. And who cares? I mean, we're kind of jumped ahead because we didn't talk about
No. We stopped with the that he was in the safe house, and we skipped to like he gets killed there.
his
But we can
murder.
like just jump back.
Yeah.
Um, where is the? It's immediately after that Eve walks. Oh, they talk a little about the 12 and everything. I just find it so funny that they meet Caroline there, and she's like, "I am very sorry you have to see this." And like we were all expecting to see like, "Oh my god, are they going to torture Frank?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a hug, a hug. It's so funny that even like pathetic, misogynistic dumbasses, they fold like a fucking chair when there's a mother figure around.
Oh
Like they
yeah.
fucking fold. So
Yeah.
of course he folds and he speaks everything.
Also, can we speak about the roles of women in the show? Like, I feel like we need more older women that are not just, motherly type
Yeah.
or housewife or, like
Yeah, yeah.
to give them actual roles to work
There's
with.
yeah, actually like I adore like there is nothing I love more, I think. Well, except from the covered in blood unhinged, that will
Oh,
always
okay.
forever be my
I
favorite
thought
series
I
and
thought
everything.
thirst
Uh,
traps on TikTok. Sorry.
aside from that. Hmm. There's like very capable women. Like they whatever job they have, when they speak like with full confidence and like they're the experts of what they're talking, it's just like
It's it's
please never
crypt
stop
it's
talking.
it's kryptonite for me too. Like,
Yeah.
you can build me a table, please.
Oh god. So yeah, exactly
But
that.
also,
It's
like,
just
not this extreme. Like, you can knit me a scarf, take me away. You know,
I hope many people share that feeling because literally that's all I can do. I can make you a hat
knitting. Okay, thank
and a scarf to match. So please, if anybody needs a scarf,
you. DM, slide into those DMs. I feel like British TV is way better about good portrayal of women's roles than, say, American TV. I agree. I am sick of seeing 30-year-olds playing both teenagers and their moms in shows.
yeah.
I agree so much. Also, can we, like, stop casting hot people in everything? Like,
Yes.
I get that.
Let let
Let
teenagers
normal looking
be
people
uh-huh.
be in
Yeah.
stuff.
First of all, yes, like you need more stop making like a cast of hyper attractive people. There's people of
Yeah.
all kinds.
The
Stop.
yeah.
And there's
The
also
fires need to breathe too, like,
let I hate specifically the hyper stylized, hyper sexualized version of teenagers that they have. Like I get they make a whole fucking point. People that defend those types of shows, they make a whole point saying, "Oh, you can't actually like cast a teenager because like
Yeah,
labor
that's true.
hours and stunts and traumatic scenes and all that." I get it, but
Cause
how
someone
about
who's 20.
yeah, I get it. Like somebody in their early 20s, that's fine. Also, stop over sexualizing and specifically hyper stylizing them. Like nobody dresses like that for school. They always show girls with like full makeup, a dress, and high heels for
Same.
high school.
I feel
Nobody does
this.
that. Even the girls that I know, like in that were in my high school, that were like very like big on like makeup and fashion and everything. None of them got up at fucking 5 a.m. just to get ready and be dressed like a model for school.
I looked
Nobody
like
does.
a fucking potato when I went to school.
Yeah, like all the even like all the girls that were like very like about their appearance, they were like it's too early. It's just like powder, eyeliner,
I
gloss,
mean,
and
we
just like
had
go.
we had a few girls that were wearing makeup every single day, but some of them were like putting makeup in the bathroom stall.
In the fucking tables at school.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So yeah, it's really unrealistic. Also, it gives me. I actually feel the same way about mm, mm, what are those called? Um, lawyer type dramas.
yeah,
And like other dramas set in offices,
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
always looks so snatched, and I'm like, it's 6 a.m. in the morning.
Exactly.
Are sure?
No,
Mm,
the doctors. Like
no.
every show about doctors.
Oh, I don't watch them, so I don't know.
And yeah, I don't like watch many of them either. Like my sister loved Grey's Anatomy, but like they were also like all dolled up like for work. That's not allowed. Like most like doctors are need to be like all the female doctors and all the nurses and everything. They can have like nail polish. They can wear fake lashes. They can do. Oh, there's a lot of things like for hygiene
Yeah, I
and
get
something
it.
that it's not allowed. And just I get it. It's TV. It's fantasy. It's nice to see everybody being hot.
It actually makes me feel bad about the amount of time I'm putting into my appearance, to be honest.
That's like general feeling sometimes. So um I love that, for instance, Eve, she doesn't dress up. She's like normal people going to work. Like no
Just slacks
makeup,
and a shirt.
yeah, whatever is functional, whatever is like appropriate like for work, and just like messy hair, no makeup, especially because if she's like supposedly in like a high pressure job, like
Mhm.
you have to be there like in 2 minutes and like run somewhere else and like go somewhere else and
Mhm.
stand in front of like a computer like for 3 hours searching for something.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense if you're like all dolled up all the time. So that's every I
Also, she doesn't like fashion. She doesn't seem to be into it. Like,
no,
with Villanelle, it makes sense because fashion is her interest. She
yeah,
likes fashion.
it's like a hobby of hers.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think half of her money goes to clothes.
If not more. It's so true. It's why parties were exciting. You got to see your classmates glowing up and looking cute. That's true. In American TV shows, the party scenes are boring because everyone dresses up every day. I agree. We
Exactly.
went to the mall to buy some cute clothes for like parties at
Yeah, yeah,
school.
yeah.
And it was always like, you always thought, oh, I'm finally going to be the hot girl. Like, I'm going to dress up. I'm finally going to be the hot girl, you know? That
Yeah.
was a thing. Um,
Same, yeah. Especially because like I know like that is it is actually like I think most places schools like middle school like when you're like 12, 13, 14, and then up to when like you're a teenager up to 17, schools are very strict about like the way you dress and the way you.
uniforms,
Yeah.
etc.
For instance, I was in middle school, and you were not allowed to have your nails painted. You could not wear colored hair. You could not have. Even they made like clip-on extensions that were like colorful, like green, blue, and everything. They would check you at the door, check your nails, face free of makeup, and it was just like a public school. It was not
We
like
didn't have
a
that.
big anything. And what else? Oh, we had to wear like a uniform, and they even check the length of the skirt, and they check the length of the socks. Knees were not allowed, people.
Okay,
So
that's weird.
yeah,
We didn't have uniform up until I think 10th grade or ninth grade because um, the law about uniforms didn't come out yet. We didn't have uniform in schools. We had uniforms in USSR. They were actually pretty cute. And then when USSR was dismantled, we didn't have uniform for a while. Um, And the uniforms that they agreed upon, most schools, like the producer of them, like churns up the most disgusting pieces of clothing I've ever seen. Like they're synthetic, literally, like you're unable to wear them without getting a rash or some sort.
Oh, terrible.
So they're not good. They were like plaid green with black, and we had these sweaters that were so like disgusting. Like the vests, they were like
Yeah,
the disgusting blue color that you cannot tell if it's black or blue,
yeah, yeah.
that color. It was so synthetic, and also it was so baggy, like so baggy. It looked
Well,
rank on everyone. It looked bad on everyone.
and in here we have like every school has the right to choose their uniform. Like every school is, they can pick whatever they want for their uniform, but it's like from like kindergarten to up to high school. It's all the girls have to wear a skirt, and like of
What if I
course
don't want to flash my underwear?
you could like actually it was kind of mandatory that you wore shorts, but your own. The school would
Okay.
not provide that, and some people would forget. It was terrible, and it's sometimes the schools had up to like three different uniforms. I was in a Catholic school that had one uniform for Monday that it was fucking torture. It was long sleeved up to here and a long skirt, and even if we had to like stand for like, it's a, it, you have to stand there and listen to, like, you have to pledge your alliance to the flag, and
Sorry, excuse me,
sing,
why?
you have to sing, like sing the national song, and then there was like the state song,
This
and
sounds
then
like
there was
extremism to me.
uh, and it's always been like that in pretty much every school here. So you have to sing at 7 a.m. in the heat with the sun rising and probably roasting your
Disgusting.
ass. You have to like look alive at the very least. And there was that. Then they had to say like uh, whatever government important day it was, like
Hmm.
this day in history, this motherfucker invaded this fucking country, and then they did this. It's just like, yeah, cool, whatever the fuck. And that shit lasted for an hour every Monday morning.
How delightful.
Yeah, and it had like, that was the worst uniform I ever had in my life, because we had sometimes mornings of like 33 degrees, just terrible. And then wait a second, because it's a Catholic school, you had to also sing religious anthems afterwards, because it's like the government requires 1 hour for you to be a patriot apparently.
And one
um,
hour
and
of
then
being a
there was,
believer.
we had to like stand in line for every like classroom, and then they would not let us go without fucking singing religious anthems, and then off we go. And sometimes they were like interrupt us like halfway. I can't remember which days were. I think it was Fridays. We had to go to mass, like actual, there was a church there. We had to go to mass all the time. And there was another day, no, 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 child, no, hey, shh, don't, avoid it, where we had to confess our sins. What sins can a 9-year old confess to?
The concept of a Catholic school is so weird
Terrible.
to me. Like it's weird to me. We do have some like church schools, but they're not very popular here. And like it's weird. It's like weird. What does church have to do, or like your religious belief have to do with education? Like these two seem to be separate for me. and like it's just uh, I don't know. It's really it's weird. As a person in STEM, I feel like we get the most unflattering but realistic portrayal of work outfits, where indeed nerdy looking people chugging coffee all day. I feel like that's every single person in an office though. Like especially on a very rainy, very obnoxious day, every single person that goes to office just wears a hoodie and a pair of jeans. Like,
Cozy.
yeah, that's just the uniform.
So, oh, there is the. Speaking of, when I moved to public, because I was in private schools for kindergarten and primary school. Then for middle school, I went to a public school.
Yeah,
That
I
was fun.
remember that.
That was great. They had color coded uniforms for the girls, and the boys always wore the ugliest khaki uniform. Like the shirt and the pants were the exact same color. But the worst part was
Sounds like an army uniform.
yeah, it sucks. Um, and then there was the sports uniform that it was for some stupid reason white.
Wow.
Of
Wow.
course,
Who thought of
everybody
that?
was filthy as fuck by the end of it, because if you were playing like basketball, football, volleyball, anything,
Obviously.
the ball, dirty as fuck,
Grass,
would hit
dirty.
you, and then stains of everything. And
Periods.
there was this, like, at least the skirt that the girls had to wear was very thick, the
For
fabric.
sports? Skirt
Yes,
for sports.
of course. And if you
Mm.
forgot shorts, that was on you.
Oh,
So,
so you were just vagina flashing.
yep. And there's
Cute.
wait,
Actually,
there, for equality, on the flashing side of things, the pants that the
we're really
boys had,
tight
the pants were also like tight. They were
and short.
almost transparent. No, they
Oh,
were like
wow.
normal pants, but
Oh,
it's a
wow.
very thin white fabric that you could tell if a poor motherfucker had like green, black, or like red underwear. You could tell, you could see it. So there was this kid in my class. He had such a dump truck, like such ass. There was no need for that amount of ass. Like,
I'm dying.
my guy, he was like, that motherfucker could, I don't know what he's doing with his life right now, but that motherfucker could have been a model. Like, he was gorgeous.
He has
He
an
was
OnlyFans now. Don't
he
worry.
probably, I hope so. That's his future right there. He had green eyes, completely uncommon here. Like, you
Mhm.
never see it almost. He had
Mhm.
green eyes. He had blonde hair, and he had like a very that's like the only Mexican thing he got. Like, his skin would like
Mhm.
get bronzed, not
Mhm.
red when he was in the sun.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he had like freckles. He was
Mhm.
fucking adorable and gorgeous, and he had so much ass, like
So,
the amount
as
of
for days,
ass. and and
as for days,
for weeks,
as
months.
for weeks.
So he was a fucking slut, like, shamelessly. He would wear he specifically that day he would wear like red boxers, or like
Mm.
purple, or like blue, and he knew what he was doing, and
What he's
all the girls were like just
staring at him
staring,
the
just
whole
like.
time.
And
He knew what he has, and he knew how to use it.
exactly. And even especially like if there was a day where it was raining, you could see everything for
I
everybody,
I
because
feel like they didn't think this through.
they didn't, like, on regular days, the girls had to wear like white shirts, just like regular, like, button up shirts with like short sleeves,
Mhm.
and the skirt was actually very comfortable. It was long and it had pockets, not that bad. But if you didn't wear a shirt underneath and it rained, uh, it was see-through.
Okay.
For the boys, it was the same, but with the pants. If it rained, that shit was see-through. And
That just sounds like a PR nightmare to me.
yeah, it was kind of shady. Some teachers would stare. So yeah. And also, fun fact: that guy that was in my class
Hmm.
with the huge ass, his
I love that
cousin,
it's his nickname now, the guy with the huge ass.
yeah, his cousin was also in the classroom.
Hmm.
She was also gorgeous. Like she had like very black hair, like very dark
Okay.
dark hair. But aside from that, they were like very alike.
Hmm.
Um, it took me what like 10 years, sort of,
Okay.
to realize that I was in love with her this entire fucking time.
Oh, okay.
My stupid ass, my dumb ass. Like
Okay.
I was
Okay.
mooning after her the entire time. I was just like swooning after her.
Mhm.
She
Mhm. Mhm.
There was this weird point where like she was like with the popular girls or something like that,
Okay.
and she was like, "Oh, you can join us," and I was like, "Okay, sure, all right." And I was hanging out with them for like a year or two, and she would like play with my hair and stuff, and I was just like, it took me fucking decades, a fucking 100 years to realize. Uh,
This
she's a
sounds very fruity to me.
the only issue is that she was a Christian, so there was little to no fruitiness allowed. Um, I think
It's
she's
it's it's fruity regardless.
yeah, it was. Oh, I think also I think seriously, I was seeing my life in retrospective when I realized when I realized a lot of things. I was just like, oh, oh. So I think I might have had two girlfriends back then.
And didn't
Might
know
have.
about that.
No, I didn't. I just thought that we were very, very close friends.
Oh, okay.
So one of them, I actually like made her a gift. We were like emo and kind of something like that. So she wanted a gift, and I went out of my way to get a stuffed like a plushie. It was a rabbit. I actually have the rabbit over there, but I bought two because it was adorable, and one that I fixed myself. Like I painted it. I made a black dress for the rabbit, and I yeah, and I also gave it to her with a flower. So, and then there was this other girl that was my friend. Like that, the other girl we were not like that close, but the other one was like really close, and um, we called each other wives.
The
So
gays are so useless.
yes, yeah,
Just
that yeah, I yeah. So my gay ass didn't fucking notice until I was 20 years old. So that's just how dumb. Brain empty. There has never been a thought in here. Nothing. Please pray for me so I can
uh,
eventually get a
I feel
girlfriend.
like the thing
Eventually.
the thing that I figured out only now at 29 is that if you want something to happen, you need to make a move. Like it is just not going to happen if you're not going to make a move.
I have like throughout like middle school and high school, uh I was like basically all over my friends, and they
Mhm.
were all over me. And
Mhm.
it wasn't until I was like looking back, yeah, that was very, very fruity.
Very
Uh
suspicious.
yeah, I kissed a few of my friends, and it didn't occur to me. It didn't click. It was not checking. It was just like, oh yeah, we're just like friends. That's it.
Oh, she said that she likes me, but does
Best
she like
friends.
me like me?
No, it's
Why
seriously,
are we
it
like this?
honest to God. It was like not even like, oh my God, I don't want anybody to find out. It didn't cross my mind at all in the slightest. And I already knew about the case. I already knew about the case back then. And it didn't cross my mind that I was one. I was just like, I'm a very
Oh,
good ally.
oh,
And then,
sure.
surprise, bitch. So,
It was very different for
fun
me.
times.
At like 12, 13, 11, actually, like very early, I was like, oh, I'm like, you know, when you go to sleep, you're imagining scenarios of your future life or like a person that is hot that is dating you now. And I was like constantly imagining myself with a girl, like that she's taking me on dates and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's just a dream. It's harmless. Like, I'm just making up these fantasies, but I
Lord.
don't have to be gay in real life. It's like we can contain it in my brain. Can
Oh,
we?
God.
Like, we can contain it in my brain, right? Like, sure.
No problem,
So,
yeah.
like, I knew. I definitely knew. I was like, but how it's going to like translate into real life? That's the part that I didn't know.
I don't even
Um,
remember. Like, when was the point that I just like, I just know it was like when I was 20 that I was like, finally, oh,
finally,
oh.
this has happened to
So
me. Oh, how fun! So you decided to quit on us. Wow, wow. So I'm here now alone. Everyone that is watching this stream can share their aha moment, as in, aha, I'm actually gay. I didn't know that moment in the chat, like for funsies. It crashed. Yeah, we got it. Ingrid is just telling me that um, that their computer crashed. Oh, so it's the internet. Mm, my French experience was a bit different. I got classmates sending me pics of Korra from Legends of Korra, going, I'm into this hairstyle, what do you think? Very forward. Okay, I don't get it. You need to explain it to me as in to like I'm an older person that didn't watch this show. So I had a crush on a guy and he liked my friend and I realized that I wanted to be the Litucci in that sandwich. Okay. That suspiciously smells like polyamory, so maybe that's what you're confessing. I mean, sometimes I want to like enter a couple because they're so cute, as in like be a third. Oh, Cora from Legends of Korra was bisexual. Oh, okay. Letucci means salad. I know what's a salad. Come on. Um,
the internet is so, at least my computer is tired of my bullshit.
yeah.
Um, so
Maybe we should move to the show. Maybe
definitely.
that's the thing.
Maybe that's for the best.
It was my bi awakening preferred the girl though. I mean, no shame in liking a guy if you're bisexual. Um, we were talking about something. Oh, we were talking about the safe house. Let's move to Eve though,
Yeah.
and how she got all this stuff from Villanelle.
Yeah.
She's very you're crashing again.
Um,
No. She was very flattered. It feels like her husband doesn't pay that much attention to her.
there's I think Eve is feeling like really hardcore. The being in a romance novel character type of thing is like the danger of it that is just, she's loving it. And even if she's trying to, it's very easy to cover up with hate because she killed Bill, but she's just like so into it the entire time. And
I feel like it's also a fantasy. Like it correlates. Sorry, it
yeah,
correlates
yeah.
with the fantasy of like. there are women, and I'm not judging them. If I'll find a romance that is FF that is like that, I'll read it. So there are women that are very into this dangerous billionaire mafia guy is going
Yep.
to like take care of me and like kill everyone for me and like
Exactly.
buy me expensive clothing and like I don't know, I'm gonna be the only one for him. uh, it's gonna be like this sex is gonna be a little bit dangerous and risky and like he's going to do things to me that he wants but actually he knows what I want, so it's gonna be the same thing, that fantasy. I
Exactly.
think she's kind of living that fantasy right now,
Exactly. That
like
is
in the
exactly what I
episode.
thought. Yes. So, she gets home, puts on the fancy dress, the perfume, and
Mhm.
she's so into the way she looks with it.
I mean, she looks hot.
She does.
She looks hot.
But she's like, yeah,
That
definitely
dress,
living the fantasy.
that dress was made for her, I think. It was
Exactly.
not off the rack. I mean, in
Yeah.
reality, in reality,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah,
stuck on
the
it really
shape,
good.
yeah, the shape was perfect. It was like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also like the cut. I'm sorry, we're so horny on those live streams. This is embarrassing at this point. It's embarrassing. No, I mean he was hot, but he was an asshole. She was cute and very nice. Okay, okay. So like she's very into it. She's very into like she's scared a little bit, but I think it adds to the hot, like you know
yeah,
to the
yeah.
horny. It adds to the horny because she's really into like, oh my god, this woman knows the size of my shoes, like how this dress is gonna fit my body and stuff.
Specifically, like the dress, it's so
Perfect.
exactly made for her that it's like, oh my god, how did she know my exact measurements?
Yes. It's
And
like she was watching me the whole time.
how closely was she watching?
Yeah. Literally like doing
Uh
this thing on the phone, like
oh
every
god.
single centimeter.
I That episode was so horny and so are we.
Like my favorite quote from this episode, everyone can leave theirs, is that shirt or is that sweater connected to the shirt, something like that? Wait a
Yes.
bit. I have it. Is that a sweater attached to a shirt? Is it a two separate pieces? How does it work?
I just love that she's an asshole and she cuts the drama every time. She's such a
I
little
love
shit.
that. So
Stop
she's wearing the
drinking that.
dress.
That's why you get sick.
What is she doing?
Oh my god. I'm tired. There
Buying a
is
woman a
a leak
perfect
on my
dress is
roof,
hot,
and so there's
and she's drinking that.
yeah. She's like,
Yes?
good soup. Oh my god, stop it. No.
No. Buying a woman a perfect dress is hot. Don't want to get stalked by a killer, but if she's hot, you're gonna think about it. I mean, the show is a fictional, and we're talking about a fantasy, right?
I think
So,
she's about to puke, so give me a second.
um, so I mean, I guess, but the whole buying clothing for someone, buying expensive clothing, someone, it's been a trope in romance for a very, very long time. Like, if we get like the whole we were in a fight and my guy bought me the perfect dress and invited me somewhere to wear this dress to is a thing. Like it's a very, very popular romance trope. So this TV show takes it a bit further, but they do include a lot of classical romantic tropes, which is interesting because this is not the perfect romance type of story. Like we know, like subconsciously we do know, even though we sometimes forget, that this is not a healthy relationship. As in like No one would wants to date a serial killer, right? Right, right. I hope so. So it it is a classic romantic trope, but they show a different angle of that, as in they adapt it into this TV show, which is a romance, but it's also a thriller, I guess. Is it okay?
Yeah, she didn't puke, but she spilled the water from the leak. So stop drinking that. It's not soup, okay? Stop it. It's not flavored water.
Can you like put a tape on it?
My entire ceiling is like falling apart, so nah.
Are you not scared?
Not really. It's been falling apart for like 2 years more. I don't know.
Okay.
I will repair it eventually.
Okay.
Probably soon, but who knows?
Um.
Yeah, we
So
were being horny.
immediately, yeah, we were being horny on the main. Uh. Immediately after Eve puts on her dress and starts feeling herself, um, the admirer becomes a bit real and shows up at her door. And she's not happy to see her.
She gets so scared.
I feel like the show is also camp enough that it's easy to suspend disbelief. Yeah, I guess it's the tone too.
Um,
She's so pleased with
um,
herself back there.
yeah, she is. Ma'am, you need to stop it. So I just find it so fucking funny that scene when she just grabs the
The
thing to
toilet
scrub the
brush,
toilet to stop Villanelle with it.
the toilet
Yes,
brush. It's
and
the whole
that
thing.
is a very
When
awkward
you
first
take it
date.
seriously, it's scary. When you take it seriously,
Yes.
it's fucking scary. If you're like going with the campness and like the humor of the show, it's really fucking funny because like Eve immediately is panicking. She's like, this girl came here to kill me.
Yeah.
She is trying to escape her, can't escape through the window in the bathroom. And then when Villanelle barges in, she's trying to stop her with a toilet brush. And Villanelle is like, really? Like, we're really doing this? And the whole thing, shut up, I just want to have dinner with you. And she even pours some water on her.
Too. Yeah,
Thank
to
God it
calm her
was not
down.
hot. She could have boiled her in that bathtub.
Yeah, luckily,
You're
like
frozen.
pretty much no bathroom gets hot water immediately.
No,
No.
you're not frozen. No. You were frozen for a little bit.
Okay. Eve was reading the information because the only one of the few useful things that Frank managed to say was Villanelle's real
Mm-hmm.
name. Um, and then with the
Mm-hmm.
name, they got like her old former file and everything from prison, and she's
Mm-hmm.
reading the file, and everybody was like so shocked by the fact that she castrated the guy that it's not really until you get like the full explanation because Eve suspected something. I think for a while Eve was trying to, and this is like pure speculation, she was trying to um I think it was easier for her to think that Villanelle was like being forced to do that, or like she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a victim
Or
of
that she was
something.
raped and then she killed the guy.
Yeah, she was trying to
Something.
justify what she
Mm-hmm.
did. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this entire time she was trying to justify Villanelle's actions. So maybe it was
Mm-hmm.
like easier for her to like accept
That she's
the
attracted to her.
exactly. But in the she does have like Villanelle does have trauma, but unsuspected to everybody because everybody's used to men having mommy issues and women having daddy issues.
Daddy issues.
Villanelle has mommy issues.
Yeah, big
So
time.
yeah. So this time I just love when Anna explained that okay, we're not skipping ahead, right?
Yeah. Well, you can
Okay,
skip
I will
ahead.
try not to get to that. So well, they explained the castration of the guy, and it's really not because the guy did anything. So
Yeah,
uh it really does kind of explain the length that Villanelle would go, and it should have been a very, very good warning for Eve that
for
she
Eve.
needed to
Yeah.
keep Nico safe.
I mean,
But
at some point we have to agree that she doesn't care about Nico as she seems to
yeah,
believe that she cares about Nico.
I think it's just weird. It's just like she needs to be reminded that she should care about him. And she's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
shit, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, my husband, yeah, forgot about him. Sure. Yeah, I care about him. Yeah, I worry. But naturally, like it doesn't come to her.
So basically, Villanelle comes into her house. Uh, Eve is soaked with water, and Villanelle is trying to like act as if she's so like soft and demure and like not at all a serial killer. And it's kind of like very polite and kind of like, oh, I'm going to eat anything. You can wear something on top of your dress if you're cold, etc., etc. My my another favorite piece of dialogue is when she's presented with the shepherd pie and she's like tasting it and says that it's really good. She's like, "Did you make this?" And Eve is no, and Villanelle is your husband, and Eve says yes, and Villanelle is like, "He has an excellent mustache," and I'm like,
It's just a
"Sure,
very interesting mustache, sir. I am impressed. It's just like a brush over
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah, yeah."
solid mustache. Very good, sir. 10 out
Um,
of 10 mustaches. So, that moment, Villanelle tries to like make up a like the sub story and cry and say that she is being forced and
mhm.
everything that
She's
technically
being such a good actress about it.
yes, and
Also,
she is being everything that Eve wanted to hear,
yeah, 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 but it's not working.
but instantly it was like, I know you're lying, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I just love it. She never bought into it.
I think it's because of Bill actually. Like she she opened her eyes after that happened.
Yeah,
Also I forgot to mention this, but Eve is wearing her hair down when she's dressed up. As in like after Villanelle told her that it's better she looks better with her hair down.
yeah,
She wears her hair down. So basically what happens, Villanelle wants to see into Eve's phone. Another thing is, Eve is being a dumb idiot and decides to put a knife in her pelvic area. And I'm like, ma'am, this is the stupidest idea, the
definitely.
dumbest one that you've ever had, and tells a lot about her field skill as an agent, which is
Yes.
zero.
And
Um,
that still, nothing in this life can be compared to when men put loaded guns down the front of their pants.
so yeah,
Peak stupidity. Nothing can top that.
match that. Yeah. Also, Villanelle wants to break into Eve's phone, and she asks for the PIN code, and it's 1234. This is like the most middle-aged woman that Eve, that Eve ever is in this show. The most middle-aged woman.
Um,
It made me laugh, honestly.
it's just like when people use, what's your password? Password. That is the password.
I mean, I've been this person at work because I don't care about that computer and what's on it. Um, yeah, but 1234, it was good. It was delightful to me. But obviously, Villanelle backs Eve into the corner with a knife. It's hot. It's like
Very.
it's almost porn like. It's almost porn to me.
And
And
she
like
is like full on threatening, like, I can stab you and I can just push the knife in slowly and it's
yeah.
going to be a bad death and
Mhm.
everything. And I was like, please go ahead. I
Yeah.
don't mind. You can
And
just do whatever
like
you want.
it's hot. I'm sorry that it's hot. There's and then she sniffs her. And there's a photo on the internet that I think is a screenshot from porn actually. And it's like a very buff, very tall woman backing,
Yes,
like holding
I've
another very
I've
tiny
seen it.
woman.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm why
I
I'm feeling things. Why am I feeling things?
as somebody that is relatively short,
I'm also very short,
uh
and I like tall women.
yes. It's just big ladies. Oh, oh Lord. Um so I think we both kind of stopped functioning at that point. Uh
Basically, then not interesting stuff that is not interesting happening. Like they separate because Eve's husband comes home with like a friend or like I don't know some guy,
yeah,
and we
it
end
was
up
it was a kid from
yeah
I
yeah
think the
yeah.
first episodes.
And basically, what happens is Villanelle, the last words are her last words are, "I'm going to find someone vulnerable, like in your
I'm gonna
circle."
find what you love the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
and kill it.
yeah, yeah,
Ma'am,
yeah, yeah.
you cannot kill yourself. We're not a we're that's not it,
She
ma'am.
can, she can.
True, but don't. I I would like them to use that at one time. That Villanelle thinks Eve is dead for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to use that in season 4.
I
I just
mean, she actually thinks that Villanelle or that Eve is dead for like in season 3 at the start. She does believe
ah
that she
yeah yeah yeah.
murdered her. Fuck, we're doing spoilers again. I'm so sorry.
You
I'm
heard
bad.
nothing.
I'm also bad. I'm so sorry. Like,
It's just that since we're used to, like, we have
nothing
seen
happened.
it happened the same, like with Hannibal. Like, we have seen them so many times that I
Yeah.
sometimes hard to like remember which episode is which and what happened in what season.
Um,
My
and
dog is
then
barking.
we get the 6th episode, right? Or do
Um.
we end with Frank dead? I don't remember.
Yeah. Let me check. Is Jesus. Yeah, she goes. She takes a dress. And goes off to get Frank.
Yeah, yeah.
Eve calls Carolyn to tell her that Eve took, like, she goes to her house to tell her that Eve took her phone and she has everything,
Villanelle took her
the
phone.
recording of the 12, the location,
Yeah, yeah.
everything. And she finds, I love that Kenny is there, and she's like, excuse me? And Kenny is my son. There's no time for
Yeah,
you to
yeah,
process that. Let's
yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
That was delightful. Um, I kind of knew it already. They're
They're kind of
exactly
similar in a
they're
way.
exactly the same
Something is.
type of awkward,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then
Something is
I knew it.
similar.
Um,
Basically, Villanelle gives Frank. It's funny. We move on. I mean, as in funny because she toys with him, and he's like, "I be more comfortable being murdered in bed." Okay, I mean, whatever.
that whole thing, even his dad is just so dumb.
Yeah,
He goes
yeah.
into the bedroom and tries to defend himself with a chair. Sir, it's not a lion. That's not gonna work. It wouldn't work with a lion. It's not gonna work with an L. Don't. Um.
And
And
we he's murdered. That's it.
yeah, and she chops off his dick.
Penis.
Yeah. And then there's the oh, Villanelle goes home, and she's talking to Constantine about I forgot her name. Nadia.
Nadia, yeah.
That outfit that she's wearing in that scene. That it's I at first I thought it was like a robe, but it's like a shirt, and there
I
she
don't
has like
remember.
one of those bras that it's like a corset,
Oh,
and
a
she
push
has
up.
yeah, she has like what is it? It's I think it's like a flower silk something, but like the pants and the shirt are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Is when she's like cooking and talking to Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
I That is one of my favorite outfits that she has.
I need to
And
rewatch that part. I don't
at
remember.
like again, at first I thought it was a robe. Then I thought it was like pajamas because they're like
Mm-hmm.
matching. But I think it was just like an outfit. It's just like very loose outside, but she has like the very you can see the shape of the cups, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like a corset. I think she's wearing underneath.
Or a
Anyway, my
kind
brain
of a
stopped working
body.
there. Yeah,
I mean, I need to
sexy
watch
kid.
that. But also, like, every single outfit is a dream. Like, I want her whole wardrobe.
Yes,
Give it to me. All the suits. I want them. I
it's
don't
just
look as good in a
everything.
suit as she does because I'm not as fit, but still.
It's
So
just the way she wears
it's
everything.
confidence. Yeah,
Yes.
it's the vibe, it's the confidence. I watched a thirst talk, a lesbian thirst talk, where a woman is like, um, "I'm going to prove to you that clothing doesn't make someone masculine or feminine," and I'm like, okay. And in one shot, she was wearing just a white blouse, like shirt, and some slacks. And in the first shot, she was like very wide-eyed and like feminine and like doe-eyed and stuff. And then she turned the chair. It's like an office chair, and immediately she was very masculine, very like aggressive energy, very like, and the clothing kind of it's as if the clothing transformed with
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
So it's the vibe, it's like the attitude. um I'm yet to master it. I'm yet to
Yeah.
master it. I want to, but I'm yet to master it. Also, it doesn't help that I have a very feminine shape of my face, like it's very round. um what I was saying. Okay, so episode 6, and we actually get a pic of Russia in this episode, which is fake. It's not Russia.
I forgot.
Um, yeah, it's not Russia. I was almost fooled because it does look like a Russian, like outskirts of Russia, like not the center. The center is
Yeah.
very pretty. Like the streets and the houses that were built during USSR, that they were like cubist and very like gray,
Yeah, yeah.
straight lines, etc. I kind of got fooled for a little bit,
I
and then I was
think
like, no, it's somewhere in Europe.
I think they used like stock footage for some
Maybe
scenes
some
when they
scenes,
were
maybe.
driving by, but the rest I kind of figure like, I don't think so.
I figured it out because I looked at the posters and stuff in the background. Some of
Oh,
them were in Russian, and the names were so stupid. And some of them were, I feel like, in Spanish, maybe. Like, I'm not
I
sure. I'm
didn't
not
pay
sure.
attention to it.
It was, uh, it was far away, but it was definitely not Cyrillic. So I was like, it's not Russian. Um,
We'll check that out later. Um,
yeah.
because yeah, you can like there are many places that they can use. There's also like stock footage or like just kind of buildings with a similar vibe.
I
And
mean, they definitely made they made an effort, and I gotta
Yeah.
give them props for that, because even the designs of the apartments, for example, were Russian-esque. Like the Anna's apartment, very Russian-esque, I gotta say, especially the details, the decoration, the decor, like the fact that she had uh icons of like saints,
Yeah.
very very Russian. I mean old school stuff, like not nowadays people when they make reparations in their, they do the modern European type style.
Yeah.
um like it was I could believe that it's in Russia. Like I was not taken out of this story because it was so uh, wrong.
Yeah, because sometimes I know like they're actually it's just like Americans and sometimes like the British as well. They're so lazy when it comes to it. Like when they try to show like for instance like Mexico, whenever they mention it anywhere, like especially something like made by the US, it's just bad. It's always in like sepia color. It's
Oh,
dusty streets, chickens running around. We're like stuck in the 70s and just bad. We have cities, people. We have
yeah,
very good and big
I figured.
cities. Jesus. And they never like quite get it right. Like for instance, when they try to show like a house or anything, they end up making like a mismatch of like stuff from I don't know Argentina, stuff from
Mm-hmm.
Spain, stuff from
Mm-hmm.
uh I don't know Venezuela, stuff from like it's just like everything that looks vaguely
I wish they just looked at photos and recreated them if they can't film on location.
it's so easy. Like you can just like grab. Wait a second.
What? Why am I quiet? What's going
No,
on?
nothing. It's just like my mom was coming up the stairs and she was making silly voices for my dog, and I was just like,
Oh,
"Mom,
okay.
I'm still alive."
Oh,
It's
okay.
just funny. It's lovely
Um,
to live with like four other adults that have weird sense of humor, and we all talk in like baby voices to the dogs.
everyone does it.
Adorable. Um, so like to be honest, for instance, since I know little to like nothing about
Mm-hmm.
like I have not seen many like things or anything like from Russia, so I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't know because the only perspective that I have of it it's like from American movies, and I just
Mm-hmm.
know those motherfuckers can be bothered to do anything right.
I mean,
So
it looked vaguely Russian. It's not bad.
I guess
It's a really good attempt. Like like they didn't show the, and I applaud them for not showing the center of Moscow, for example, because it's a cop out. It's very easy. Like
yeah,
you just show the sides. That's it. Um, they decided to go with like gray kind of like not center streets where regular people live,
yeah.
and it looked pretty good. The way they use the language though, and like the way they talk in Russian is heinous. Um, absolutely fucking heinous. And we're supposed to believe that Oksana is Russian. Um,
But like everybody,
is almost. Actually, you know the guy that speaks in Russian the best is that, I think Vladimir, like the Vladimir guy, like the Russian CIA agent, or
there is. Speaking of, there's like going out for a second. I was watching.
no.
Wait,
That's not true.
wait,
Every single person in that show doesn't know how to speak uh
Russian.
Russian.
Uh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, uh, they just don't. And the only person that was good was a hired voice later in the seasons, like I think in season 3. He was talking with Constantine on the phone, and the guy on the phone was speaking good Russian.
Oh,
That's
okay.
oh,
Oh, I was going to say that I was watching Beyond Evil, and there's one character there.
can I take a call? Sorry,
Oh, okay, go.
it's important.
I'll go back. Um, so the episode starts like episode 6 with like Constantine already told Villanelle that she has to go to get Nadia in prison, and not only it's like admittedly she's nervous for a lot of reasons. Like she's going back to a prison where she used to be at like a few years ago, and like I get that there are a lot of people that come and go through prison, but it's still kind of weird that you go there and hope that nobody recognizes you. And it kind of worked, I think. Hey, oh my god, my dog's being weird again. And she doesn't want to get back to Russia. She doesn't want to get back to the prison. So she, on the start of episode 6, she actually does look like very anxious. I think it's one of the few times that we actually see her being anxious about something. And oh my god, now um they're barking. Anyway, so she's like very anxious to get into the prison, and she's waiting outside to be picked up by the, I think like the prison truck or something. And I, out of the topic, I really like her pink coat. That's very nice. Um, she gets they give her like a whole plan to get into the prison, and that she has to find Nadia and then see the doctor to give her something, and that she would be left, they would pick her up uh what, like 2 days, 4 days, something like that. And I have to admit, it's really really a very personal anxiety that I have. The fear of going into a place and that they won't let you out is kind of terrifying. Like a psychiatric hospital, a prison, anywhere that they can like in a second lock you in, and then you're just like fucked and trapped in there is just terrifying. And what else happens? Uh, what else? Oh, they trace back that Nadia is in Russia, like Kenny and the others, Kenny and Eve, that team. They track Nadia back to a prison in Moscow, I think, where they don't know that Villanelle is going to be there as well. So, uh, what else happens? She's very excited to leave to Moscow, and she's living with Carolyn. The other two, Helena and Kenny, are staying back. And she goes to confront, like, not confront, she goes to talk to Nico about it. And he's like in a weird mood and smoking and just like being like annoyed or something. And he just snaps because he's afraid. He sees Frank's picture on the paper that he's dead and he was murdered. So he's like he snaps, he's mad that she's constantly putting herself in danger, and that she's like obsessed with the job. And she goes again on that, like, I am the only one that can catch her, it has to be me, I am the one that needs to catch her. And that is one of my favorite lines of that episode, that he goes, oh, let me hold back your cape so you can go down on yourself a little more. uh Not, well, he is kind of right on that one, because there is like a certainty in her that she is the one, and that she's supposed to like be like her nemesis or something like that. But she's not at all, like, she does not think about the dangers at all. She doesn't really care. She does get scared when the time comes to actually face danger, but when she's jumping into something dangerous, she doesn't even care. So they have a fight. Well, technically, he starts like asking her to care more and to like stop being so obsessed about the job, and that he does tell him like she gets off on sniffing out a killer again. N- he's not wrong, but she's of course angry about it, and she pushes him even more. And I can tell if I think she slapped him, maybe. So she wants to fight. I think she would have been a lot happier if if he had gotten like more angry or like more confrontational, if he had started breaking shit or something. She does have some like toxic traits right there, but um she he's like very willing to not respond to her, like her pushing him. And and he's like, oh, let's go home, let's forget about this, let's order food. And she's like so very happy to tell him like, no, I have a work thing, bye. It's just like, it's such a weird, not even passive aggressive, this is like more aggressive than passive attitude between the two of them. I do find it like very annoying. The like, I am angry, but I'm not gonna shout to you about it. It's just like, no. Oh, hello, baby. My baby's back. So she goes, I love that they didn't even finish the conversation, they cut him off like at mid sentence. And it does tell you a lot about how even like the script and everything cares, like that's how much they care about Nico in general. Then they cut to like even Carolyn in Russia again. Wouldn't have been able to tell the difference at all, like I don't know much about Russia. um there's the they're talking in the car about like getting information and everything. It's okay.
It was a very important call about my plans for tomorrow.
It's fine. It's understandable.
Yeah.
I actually had to go. I left a little bit as well because
Oh, so
my
the
baby
stream
was a
was like
little,
literally
but
empty.
it was like empty for like a minute or two, so it's not like
Okay.
that much. And I kept like going through the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped with I was just talking about the fight that Eve had with Nico about going to like
Yay,
Russia.
about her job.
um he's not wrong with everything that he said. He was not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
And like my favorite phrase of that episode is like, do you want me to hold your cape so you can go down on yourself a little more? He is not wrong. He's being a dick about it, but he's not wrong.
The thing is, I guess I feel like he starts feeling at this point that she doesn't value him as much as he hopes she does.
He's starting to realize how little he matters to her.
Yeah.
And I understand that is a very painful and terrible thing to notice.
Mhm.
But they're so opposite. Like at that moment, she
Mhm.
pushes him. I did she slap him? I can't remember. I remember she pushes him, but I can't remember if she slapped him.
I think, yeah, I think she pushes him. I don't think she
I
slaps
think
him.
because like she also got really angry when he said that she got off on sniffing out a killer. Again, not
Mhm.
wrong. We have seen that. We were present for the very very horny
Mhm.
scene in the
Mhm.
last episode. Eve, you can't fool us.
Mhm.
He's right, and that's why you're angry. Um, then she wants to fight. I think she would have been like very fucking happy if he broke stuff and got angry and everything. But he's just like backing down immediately.
Mhm.
He's like a puppy that got scared because somebody raised their voice.
Yeah. He
So
definitely didn't want to get into it. He was angry for a little bit, but he was like, "No, I don't want to fight."
it's because they get angry on two very different levels. To
Yeah.
him, being the acceptable level of angry is to just like raise his voice a little. To
Mhm.
her, the acceptable level of angry, I don't know, murder or something. So they have very different levels of handling things.
Mhm.
And she's very proud at saying at the end of the fight, "I'm not going home. I have a work
Mhm.
thing." And then she goes, "Would you leave it alone?"
No.
Oh my god.
The answer is no.
Poor baby.
Mhm.
She's getting tummy aches, I think. Just stop it, ma'am. Stop,
I
ma'am.
mean,
No.
she's doing it to herself.
And she's puking. So, give me a second.
Okay. I mean, I would care more about their relation. About Nico if I cared more about their relationship. If we're being honest, and I don't care that much about Nico. He's not the main character. Like he's a perfectly nice guy. I'm just like when you're presented with an option of a sexy serial killer that is sexy and a serial killer in fashionable clothes, and just a guy with a mustache that is perfectly normal, who do you choose? You know? Maybe I'm wrong here, but that's what I'm thinking. So basically, I feel like they deliberately show their relationship not in a good light. We never see them having fun together ever in the show. They're never shown as couple goals, Nico and Eve. So it's kind of like I think it's deliberate. They want us to not mourn this relationship. They want us for it to be over, like to wish for it to be over. So I guess we shouldn't be sad about it. I don't know. Is anyone sad about this relationship? I'm not. Um, in Russia, though, like the whole point, I'm not sure if Ingrid talked about it or not. The whole point of Villanelle going to Russia and going and being planted into this prison is to kill Nadia. And she believes it's like the usual job. Just kill a person and they're going to extract you back. And things don't really go according to plan. They seem to be a bit more complicated, and it also seems like she's being set up. By whom? Question mark. I think it's by the 12, but maybe at the same time, maybe it's just Constantine, maybe it's like certain people in the 12. We really don't know enough about the 12. And I think the fourth season is going to be all about 12. I'm talking about Villanelle and her job, how she has to go to prison to kill Nadia,
Yeah.
and how it's actually a setup. Um, I mean, the prison, like, it's one of the episodes that I just don't like, the Russian episodes,
Yeah.
I feel the same about them as I feel about the episodes in the third season. Not going to spoil you, but you know what I'm talking about. Not
Yeah.
going to, not you, but other people. Basically, mm, Nadia apparently survived the uh, being
Run over
run
twice.
over twice, which is gives me extreme disbelief. Like I don't think that's.
Again, I will believe anything because the human body is so ridiculous that you can fall off a chair and die, or you can like fall off a building and live. So
But she doesn't
weird
have
shit.
many injuries too, which is like okay. I've heard the crunch, like a lot of crunches. So uh, Villanelle is doing her whole thing. She's not going to kill this person herself. She's like involving a lot of other people in it. She knows that she has to go to the infirmary, so she makes a girl beat her up. The whole spread your like
Yeah.
the whole thing is like such a cliche at this point. I'm like, should we really? Do we really need to show it? Like the whole "Are you carrying drugs in your ass?" bit. Um, don't care for it.
No.
Um, I mean, I know they do this. I know they do
Actually,
this.
yeah. Like even in my wait, I thought I dropped something. In my notes, like I have a page and a half from
Mm-hmm.
episode 5, and I have just like this much from episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I don't like it's not that great of an episode. And like mostly in pretty much the entirety of it, I get very like it makes me anxious the idea of
Mm-hmm.
going into a place and that they won't let you leave. That is terrible to me. Like a psychiatric hospital, a prison, anywhere that they can have you like committed and you can't escape. That is terrifying to me, and I hate it. So the episode made me a little anxious, and also the reason why I don't like it. And also poor Nadia, I really liked her.
Like
Like not
she did nothing wrong.
no, and she suffered too much. That was like really mean.
Mm-hmm.
She also, I have to say, honestly, like
Mm-hmm.
honestly about this entire show,
Mm-hmm.
I could not give two flying, stationary, or swimming fucks about the 12. I don't care at all about the 12.
I mean, the 12 are going to be the main
Important,
plot of the fourth season.
but like they are so inconsequential to me. It's just like a vague thing in the background. I care about them as much as I care about the weather.
They're going to be the villain of the fourth season. I guess. I hope.
Yeah,
Because who
it's just
else?
it feels very generic. The whole idea of the 12, like a secret organizations
Mm-hmm.
making assassinations,
Mm-hmm.
working with uh, the governments and everything, is just like very generic. It's such like a classic trope
Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
spies and everything that I kind of wish they had come with something a little bit more original. But then again, it's not really the focus of the show.
Yeah, that's not the point.
So I like their background noise to me.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could have gotten more of like Villanelle's individual kills, like her jobs. I really like them because they're like very
Fun.
wacky and different and fun. Yeah, terrible but fun. And I really wish that we could have gotten a little bit more of that. But I think we get just like a few on each season, like a handful. And I really like the whole information and the entire plot, everything that has to do like with the 12. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care much. So most of this episode is like chasing around
Thing
information, trying
is,
to get Nadia out, getting
the whole prison bit for me was really boring. The
yeah.
only highlight of this episode for me, honestly, is Carolyn flirting with old dudes.
Yes,
Like
and
this whole bit, I love it.
learn, yeah, exactly. Learning she has a past.
Yeah.
Like, and not even that far behind. She's
Mm-hmm.
still like very active.
Also,
to this day.
she's a mirror to, like, what she's what Eve might become, as in, like,
Yeah,
uh we're given this information about her past to parallel with what Eve is now experiencing with her husband. Because Carolyn was married a couple of times. I think
yeah.
3 times.
And again, she's in, and she has a point with the whole being passionate about your work, that really everything else just kind of pales in comparison. So Caroline has divorced like 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And so, and she has like the whole story with like other operatives and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And tons of lovers, apparently.
But Eve is such an interesting perception, because at first it seems like she's very obsessed with her job,
Mm-hmm.
but when they like on the other like seasons, you kind of realize that it's not really the job that she's obsessed about.
Mm-hmm.
She
It's
just
the it's
really
the serial killers.
is just really fucking fixated on serial killers, and specifically Villanelle.
Yeah.
That even when they're there to supposedly get information
Mm-hmm.
about the 12 from Nadia, she's only asking about Villanelle.
Mm-hmm.
She's like straight to the point. I don't give a fuck about those motherfuckers. Tell me what the fuck is up with Villanelle.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Constantine is like in on it on every fucking side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they Eve tries to make like a very I just find it weird because uh, she likes to play detective. She likes to play spy. She likes to play like I don't know, yeah, spy, I guess. And exactly going back to what her actual job is, or like what
Mm-hmm.
it used to be, like she took a big leap from
Mm-hmm.
arranging security for diplomats to this.
Mm-hmm.
And she's almost like she should be working with like Interpol or something like that, instead of like whatever the fuck she was doing.
Thing is, she doesn't have any experience in the field, and she's not getting any experience in the field throughout this series. Like, we see her doing shit, and uh, Villanelle critiquing it for
Yeah,
not being, like, good, for not doing.
yeah,
You get what you mean? What I mean?
yeah.
The most important part, I think, of the episode actually is, like, that we finally get that we get that the 12 are actually very capricious and can drop you at, like, at
Any
whatever
moment.
moment,
Yeah.
and that Nadi gives Eve Anna's name and who she is and how she was important to Velanel somehow. So,
I just love, because if you're like really look into it, it doesn't really make sense. Because, for instance, if it's such a powerful organization, they can pay a guard to kill Nadia, or they can like put poison, make her sick. She had an accident. She died from complications of her wounds.
I mean,
Anything that would have been so
they
easy.
they they wanted to kill, like, to take Villanelle with her. It was a trap.
Yeah, yeah. But again, if they wanted to kill Villanelle, it's much easier to just like don't let her know anything is wrong. Get a sniper and just shoot her.
I guess maybe it was retribution or something. Maybe they knew that it's one of her biggest nightmares or something.
Or maybe they're just petty.
Maybe they're
They
petty.
like the drama as
We
well.
don't know who's in the 12, so maybe
Yeah,
maybe there are people that we know that are in it.
could be.
Um, yeah. So basically, at the end, we discover that it was a trap, and when Villanelle is dragged to the hole, which is literally uh, a cell for one person that they want to isolate. Um,
That's actually a very big isolation cell. Usually they're
yeah.
like smaller. And then well, for the next episode, there she's still there, so that has to be frustrating, specifically for somebody like her, that she's so used to moving around.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
imagine like being locked there. And again, it was such a risky move from the start, like for her to accept it. Like I know she had to because it was her mistake
Mm-hmm.
of sorts. But again, going back to Russia when she didn't want to be there,
Mm-hmm.
going exactly to the prison where she was before,
Mm-hmm.
again, like I get that there's like a lot of people there and that they come and go, but do like the guards can't remember 4 years ago or 5 years ago?
I don't know. That's not the point, and we're not supposed to care, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah. Looking too much into it.
Yeah. Anyway, this episode specifically is boring, especially compared to the previous episode.
Yes.
It gets a bit more interesting as when Villanelle. No spoilers. Once again, no spoilers. We can't spoil this. Um. Okay. I think we're done with the episodes actually.
Yeah.
So, any additional thoughts? Thoughts with an O? Um, something?
Just uh tall lady with knife.
No prison
Kill,
sexual
killer
fantasies
killer
to
killer
share.
Hut. No, I'm just still on the knife scene from episode 5. Uh tall lady with knife. Hide. That's as far as my thoughts go. That's as much as my brain can provide.
I watched until the end of season 1, so we can't spoil.
Okay.
I do like Nadia. I felt bad for her. Like, I literally don't. Nadia is just a punching bag and doesn't deserve it.
That was because it doesn't feel like Frank. Like Frank
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so annoying
Annoying.
in like the other guy, the guy
Yeah,
that was like Nadia's boyfriend. Like
yeah,
they could have made him the running joke and that
yeah,
like die miserably, and that would
yeah.
have been
Sorry, it was
funny.
involuntary.
That would have been funny. But with Nadia, it just like you really feel bad. But I think it's to also show you what can happen if you get like it could possibly don't think so it could possibly maybe perhaps be Eve one day that if Villanelle gets bored she won't care about you in the slightest and she will like even kill you and even make fun of you or hurt you like that. So it's I think it's just Nadia was there to show you the like what Villanelle is capable of even with like past lovers and
Mm-hmm,
everything. But I don't think she had ever cared about Nadia at all, even when she
mm-hmm,
was when they were together before.
mm-hmm.
She was, I think, just like using her. So, oh, poor Nadia.
Someone is snoring in the background. Your
Yeah,
dog.
my baby is snoring very loudly. I think she's feeling a little bit better now. That she puked on the floor. Lovely.
Unacceptable. Um, if Nadia's hair was bigger, she might have lived.
Maybe
If it
the
was
hair
big
was
and
too funny.
if it was big and full of secrets,
Full
maybe
of
she
secrets.
would have lived. Um,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, a lot of people die. Some people that we like die in this series. They're not. They're not being very like concerned about our feelings when
I
it
think
comes to
I think the only one that hurt me was like Bill.
shut up.
No, it's first
No
season.
spoil. No spoilers.
It's first season, just like Bill, and I felt bad for Nadia. But I think out of all the deaths that we see in the show, I only felt bad for like Bill, and that's
Mhm.
it. Everybody else was just like, I knew it was coming, or like, didn't care much.
Okay.
So see, I didn't spoil. I didn't spoil.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's it. We're not going to go into a rant about fanfiction this time, perverts, kanks, whatever. We do this every single time, and I don't understand why. Why is that? Um, Thanks to everyone for joining the live stream. We're going to
Yeah.
do it again, as in, like, we're going to do the next two episodes on the next Saturday, which is wait a second, it's October 30, almost Halloween.
Yay!
We can
Halloween.
dress up, I guess. I don't know, maybe I will wear something black. Low effort.
I can't
Maybe I
really
will
do
maybe I
that.
will paint some whiskers on or something.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Might
Okay.
be a surprise.
Yeah, maybe as a treat. Thanks everyone. I hope you have a really good rest of the weekend and a really good week ahead. We will see you next Saturday. It was a good time as always. Thank you.
Bye.